Turn 6, Global War 1939 Ultra. The beginning of Turn 7. Paris is surrounded. Germany was kicked out of Finland in entirety. That's actually a 29 IPP swing. Greece and Bulgaria are both in danger from Turkey. Now, Stalingrad fell, and that pile is in the north, probably going to take back Finland. Just $29 is $29. And it should go towards Moscow, but the $29 is guaranteed once that takes care of all those issues. Next turn, Stalingrad will fall. So Spain will be in it. So this spot needs to be taken so Spain can get in it. This needs to be killed, which means Paris very, very likely is going to be back in it next turn. Germany has that pile to deal with that pile. It's tough to say what's going to happen in there, but Paris is coming back in 1 or 2 turns. Japan is finally profiting from the UK declaring war 3 or 4 turns ago. All of Russian money territories are now taken, and these partisans are actually a game changer. It's 9 territories there that are tied up with guys that can't move off, or a Russian partisan pops up. It takes 3 turns for these guys to pay for themselves. I guess you could argue that it's 2 turns, but the partisans keep a guy. For example, that paratrooper is stuck there for who knows how long, just like that Marine. Otherwise, an infantry will pop up. And there's about 10 guys back here. I had to put a mech in the background because it's a fast mover. But I put a mech in the background to tie up the partisans from coming. I basically tying up $45 a turn just to keep the partisans. I guess maybe even $60 a turn to keep the partisans at bay. So Japan killed 4 UK planes here, 5 UK guys, and a fighter, or an AA gun. Japan lost 5 units in this battle, and UK lost everything. However, it did make China survive. China is not going to be dead again next turn. I guess China was safe either way. However, the UK lost 4 planes, 7 guys, and an artillery or an AA gun, and then Japan lost 5 $4 units, $20. So it was a huge swing, but again, China's still in it. There was a huge battle in Burma, and the UK came ahead by far, keeping the Burma Road open. Now, where that pile is on Siam. It's not enough to drop at Calcutta, but Calcutta's days of wandering around causing problems are now over this turn. They're just going to have to do the build-up. Now, again, the strategy this game for the Axis is all in Russia. And the way that I'm going to do an all-in Russia with Japan is probably through Calcutta in the Middle East. The Middle East is $10. I guess it's $13 turn swing. That's 8 plus, yeah, 13. It's a $21 a turn swing for these. Oh no, it's 25. There's a huge swing in there. We'll just leave it at that. There was a big naval battle here, and Japan got really lucky. Japan did not have enough time to get this healed. Next turn, that will finally be healed. When the ships are damaged, they only move one, and it's an issue when they only move one. But it's realistic and more fun. You always have to wonder if you should take the hit or not. A long time ago, I had 4, let's see, 1, 2 ICs there. No, 3 ICs there, and then 1 there, and a military base there. So the land war will come. Well, the land war is going to favor Japan. China's just a really tough nut to crack. Japan took 1 money island. They tried to take this money island, but that didn't work out. Now Russia, Moscow's probably never going to fall. I'm not sure about that, which means the Allies will win. However, I don't know if that's true because very soon at the end of this turn, the upcoming turn, Russia will have 1 factory. Now that Russia has a ton of money, so they'll actually build it. Cool stuff like tanks, because they have so much money, they can't build enough. They can only build 10 units. I think Germany will peter out eventually. We'll see. Russia is going to probably lose that. Just Germany can't let that $29 slide. Not every turn. Now you got the UK. The UK has more or less saved China for 3 turns. This is the last pile of China save right here. Actually, it'll probably be dead right now. So that's it. That's what it has to defend. But Japan is a long way away from being able to take that. They can only get 4 guys in this turn, maybe 10 next turn. Calcutta has probably 3 turns. Turkey's in it now, and the pressure from Turkey is going to tie up Bulgaria and Greece for who knows how long. The UK is having a tough time on deciding where to go with Egypt. Egypt could go to southern Russia to help out Russia and save this $25 swing. But Calcutta can't fall. And to keep the pressure up here with Turkey it's going to tie up a lot. So I think ultimately save Calcutta is the strategy, but the UK they just don't have enough. They're fighting 1, 2, 3 fronts here. They do have a little tiny navy now. They're going to go cause problems and pick up some islands. The UK is bringing in 16 units a turn, 1 or 2 turns away from owning Paris. Germany's probably just going to blow that factory up. We'll see what happens. The China again doing well. They can't be killed this turn, and the road is still open. An extra $5 a turn, it really helps out China. In all of Japanese units, the Japanese units that make it, they're always mechs because Japanese, they're so far behind they have no choice but to build mechs every turn. They can't build tanks, they're too spendy. The US, all the money made it to Russia, and they rolled a 79. They needed to roll an 8 or higher, and they rolled, no, a 9 or higher to get in the war, and they rolled a 8. Whatever it was, they're one away. This is the second game in a row where I've rolled 79 for the U.S. I'm sure it'll never happen again in my lifetime. But it more or less is probably going to save the Japanese. It was a huge, to not have the U.S. in it yet. This Navy's out of the way. That Navy's out of the way. That Navy's out of the way. They need to go back to Japan and get ready for that. But now that this is, Japan has another turn to do whatever they want, and they have to make a decision. But the U.S. is in it right now. Japan would have to do things completely different up there. So Japan basically has another turn to just explode. And then finally, Little Italy. Little Italy is, I guess they did do a quasi can opener right there. It's not, it doesn't actually do anything. I wouldn't even call it a can opener. I would call it Italy took a spot because Germany can already take everything around it anyway. I guess it might allow an extra 3 units into Moscow, but that is just not enough to drop Moscow. There must be 50 units in there. Germany only can maybe get in 30, and they don't attack well. This game is different in the sense that when you have an infantry and an artillery teamed up, it seems great, but it's only a 3, not a 4. It attacks. It doesn't attack as well as it does in regular 6-sided Axis allies. So you have the illusion always that you can attack well, but you just can't. The game favors the defender for sure. As it should. This video has gone very long again. It's hard to not talk so long, but 51% the Allies are going to win just because Moscow can't fall. But Japan is going to have another huge turn, and Japan's already collecting more than Germany. And this turn is even going to be better than last turn. Japan is, now they can finally clean up these money islands for good. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to go after the money islands, or if I go after the money islands, it gives Calcutta another turn of life. So I might go after Calcutta just to stay with the Russia first strategy. But I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely an interesting game.